Hello, anime fans, I guess. You're okay. You're okay. Today, I'm going to do a report based off of an article called News American 2009 American Market pegged at US $2.741 billion. So this is basically a story presented by the Anime News Network. If I'm looking over here, I'm looking at my computer. It's right here, so don't get that upset. Anyway, I just wanted to run by the numbers and give a brief analysis. Okay, so this is the estimated size of Japanese anime market in the United States. In 2003, it was approaching $5 million dollars level. However, now it is just slightly under 3,000. 3 million, pardon me. Most of the statistics follow this kind of similar pattern where it kind of peaks in 2006, 2007. The anime home video market in the United States in 2002 was about $415 million. Now it's down to $200 million, which is a pretty steep drop. You can go to this website if you want to see it. As far as the manga market, which I expected to do better, it actually peaked in 2007, reaching $200 million, and now is down to just a little bit over $100 million. So, yeah, basically cut in half. And those are kind of the major statistics. As far as the companies, I'll just run through them real quick. To put it simplistically, Funimation expanded by about 7% in the market control. It went from 23 to 33%. Viz Media, V-I-Z Media. I've heard some people, well, I guess Z for in Canada is different. It's like Z, so I've heard it pronounced a little bit different, but it goes from 8% to 20%. All the rest of the anime industry basically lost a couple percentages. So you kind of get a general idea of what's happening in the media. Now, as far as movie sales, while in 2009, there was a bunch of big movies that came out. Some of them, even though they grossed a lot of money, they were not big in comparison to American movie box office results. For example, they'd be lucky if they broke the $1 million mark. And this year, they are estimated to be fairly low again. Now, why is this? It seemed like anime was on the rise for quite some time, and now it seems like nobody's buying anything. Part of this, of course, is the obvious trend. You can get most of the TV shows, at least. I mean, you could watch Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away on internet, the internet, the, series of tubes. But yeah. Actually, evidently, most of the sales that they do are in marketing objects, small trinkets, Pokemon balls, that such. And actually, Pokemon makes up the vast majority. So, Pokemon, while it's still huge, it is not as huge as it once was. I think we all agree on that. That's fairly common sense. Well, it kind of correlates to the expansion of the media in the early 2000s and the collapse in the mid to late 2000s, kind of the general drop. Now, some of this was cushioned by new TV shows coming about, like Naruto and Bleach and the big three. But even with this cushion, it's become a little bit harder to make do. Actually, the percentages of DVD sales are minimal, according to this. I mean, it's not even like $1 million. It's like $250,000. And the rest of it is basically character goods. So, there you go. another reason for the decline is the fact that a lot of shows aren't catering to a younger demographic in the United States. Like, for example, you got Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! While Yu-Gi-Oh! Is having a major issue right now, you don't really have anything new coming out. Like, don't get me wrong, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are great for younger audiences, but they're not... You're okay. You're okay. Just curious. They're not really on the expansion path. They're kind of in a slow decline. You know what I mean? It's kind of like... It's like empires. They start out, they're building up, and then, oh, they peaked, and now they're on a... You're okay, I'm just talking to the camera. And she's like right over there just whining. She wants to jump through the window. She loves doing that. Anyways, they're on a slow decline, and that's the primary problem with this scenario is you need another major anime to pick up the slack. But the problem is that up until now, I mean, the shonen have loyal fans, but they don't have fans that buy massive amounts of marketing goods. Usually. I mean, it's kind of like, if you're watching Bleach on TV, are you going to go buy the DVDs? Number one, maybe you bought the first few, but when Bleach went into like episode 300, be honest here, were you going to go buy them? Were you going to buy the fillers? No. So that's part of it. The other thing is, even if you buy a few plushies of Bleach or any show, you're going to max out eventually. How many Naruto, little action figures do you need? I think in general, while there's a loyal marketplace that will continuously buy those, and it's hardcore and it's what sustains the industry, it is not what's going to make the industry huge. In other words, you need the casual buyer to buy some. And that's the primary problem they're facing, as far as I see it, is that they don't have that. Now, is Pokemon huge and good and everything? It's sustaining it. It's doing what it's doing, but if you want to make it any bigger, if you want to get it, from a stable line to something expanding, you're going to need to do something new. Of course, part of this is, of course, tied to the economy. We're all suffering in the giant, the great recession, but at the same time, some of the slowdowns seem more systemic. Especially with the recent tsunami in Japan, which is a horrible event. But I mean, you gotta imagine that's going to slow down the anime upward projection. So it's not looking horrible for the industry. It's basically just looking neutral. It's basically just breaking slow decline at this point. Anyway, you should go buy something if you want the industry to survive. If you don't want the industry to survive, don't buy anything. You're okay. She's crawling under tables. But that's basically it. I mean, that's just my layman's analysis. I don't really have any hard evidence to back it up. It's just what I see going on. The other thing, I will mention one other thing, is that while the overall amount of anime on television increased slightly, a lot of the anime that increased is reruns, or redos of old series. Like one of the shows that they point out as expanding and getting a lot more. It's on TV a lot more. Is Dragon Ball Kai, but Dragon Ball Kai is Dragon Ball just shortened. So if you've already watched Dragon Ball, maybe you watch it again, but it's not going to be that appealing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have already seen Dragon Ball. And so and Brotherhood as well. Though Brotherhood's a little bit different. Brotherhood, I think, it's enough different that it's able to catch casual viewers as well. But I think it has the same problem in that it is the same overarching story. Same problem. And this, even with new episodes of Pokemon and Bleach and a few other series, they basically have they're the same show, basically. Like, I mean, what's going to happen with Ash, in this individual series? He'll duel a bunch of people, he'll get a bunch of new badges, and then he'll go into a championship. Great storyline. But it's not going to attract people who aren't into that storyline. That's my point, is that you got to expand a little bit further. come up with new stories, new concepts. I mean, like, even if you just brought K-On! To the US, it'd help out a lot. There's a lot of people that are into K-On! That aren't into Pokemon, and that's the primary problem, I think, is that they need, there's anime that is expansive. They got a big variety, but they just need to get it here. And that's the primary problem. As for whether you should go buy a bunch of stuff, of course you should buy some stuff and support the show that you like. But I think at this point, if you look at the DVD sales in the United States, they're so abysmal that I don't think they haven't changed that much. They were a little bit larger when people were still using video, but overall they're about the same. So what that says to me is that's not what's killing the industry. What's killing the industry is people not buying plushies, to put it simplistically. And a lot of those plushies that they are buying are Pokemon once again. Anyway, I think I've repeated myself enough. You get the idea. If you want to find this, I won't put a link, but I'll put the name of the article. It's on Anime News Network. You can type in ANN and get there real easily. It's most of the information as much as it's been released to the general public. Anyway, Oscar, you're okay? You good, cook? Okay. Well, you're okay. Anyway, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.